You ever scroll through YouTube and think, dang, this guy's dropping daily videos, juggling edits, posting on 12 platforms, and eating clean? Yeah, what you didn't see is him crying into a cold burrito at 3 while Premiere crashes for the third time. Welcome to the glamorous world of creator burnout, where the grind never sleeps. But you definitely don't either. Today, we're diving into the truth behind burnout, the mental gymnastics of staying sane, and exactly how to build unshakable resilience without turning into a productivity robot from the future. Stick till the end if you want to know my personal secret. Strap in, caffeinate responsibly, and let's roast this hustle culture together. 1. Burnout doesn't hit like a train, it leaks like a faucet. It starts with just one more late night, turns into I'll catch up on sleep next year, and ends with you Googling how to fake your own death and move to the woods. Burnout doesn't explode, it simmers quietly until you forget what joy felt like. It's not about being tired, it's about being done. But here's the kicker: burnout doesn't just kill your energy. It hijacks your creativity like a bad ex stealing your Netflix login. 2. Your grind is not your worth. You are not a machine. You're not a brand. You're not a productivity app with legs. If your self-esteem rises and falls with your upload schedule, congrats, you've accidentally outsourced your self-worth to the algorithm. And here's the double shot of truth. The hustle is supposed to serve your life, not replace it. Working non-stop to earn rest is like holding your breath to earn oxygen. It's backwards and a little dumb. But if you think rest is weak, wait till you see how dangerous rested you is. Let's talk about that. 3. Your brain on hustle culture, you've been tricked into thinking rest equals weakness. That if you're not grinding, you're falling behind. But neuroscience says otherwise. Burnout literally shrinks your prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain responsible for focus, decision-making, and wait, what were we talking about again? If you don't slow down, your brain will do it for you, in the form of fog, fatigue, and full-blown existential spirals. And if your brain is melting faster than your upload schedule, maybe it's time to hit the reboot button with this next move. 4. Schedule your rest like you schedule your grind. Look, Netflix and scrolling doesn't count as recovery. Real rest is intentional. It is not what you do when you re-burn out. It is what you do to prevent it. Schedule breaks like your life depends on it, because honestly, it kinda does. Make rest part of your brand. Want proof? The biggest creators have teams so they can nap while still going viral. Be your own team. But what if rest still feels like guilt on a plate? Here's how to fix that mental programming. 5. Redefine productivity before it redefines you. You've been sold a lie that productivity equals output. But real productivity is about alignment. A rested, focused creator who uploads once a week with purpose will outlast the daily vlogger, melting into his ring light every single time. Success isn't a sprint, it's a series of sprints and naps. Now let us get real about the silent killer behind burnout, the one that creeps in when no one is watching. 6. The identity crisis you didn't see coming. What happens when your self-worth is tied to your view count? You wake up one day and realize you're not a person, you're a content machine. Creators lose themselves in their persona. But here's the hard truth. You're more than your metrics. Your value doesn't vanish because a video flopped. If it did, every artist in history would have given up at their first rejection. So how do you rebuild identity when the algorithm tries to define it for you? Time for a reality reset. 7. Build a life outside the screen. If your entire life fits inside your analytics dashboard, we have a problem. Go outside. Touch grass. Talk to people who don't know what Final Cut Pro is. You need real-life feedback that isn't filtered through likes and comments. A hobby that doesn't go viral is not wasted time. It's your mental armor. But what if you've already hit the wall? No energy, No drive. Nothing left. Here's your emergency protocol. 8. Recognize the warning signs and act early. Burnout rarely screams. It whispers. You're constantly tired. Everything feels meh. You resent creating. If your passion now feels like pressure, listen up. That's not just a phase. That's your brain waving a red flag while your soul files for early retirement. Take a break before your break becomes permanent. And while you pause, here's the secret weapon you didn't know you needed. 9. Boundaries are your superpower. Say it with me. No is a complete sentence. Protect your peace like it's a limited edition NFT. Set limits with your audience, your clients, your cat, everyone. Boundaries don't block success. They build it. The world respects creators who respect themselves first. Last but not least, let's talk about the mindset shift that can save your creative life. 10. Resilience isn't about never breaking. It's about rebuilding smarter. Nobody gets a gold star for suffering silently. The real flex? Falling apart and coming back sharper, funnier, and more unbothered than ever. Think of it like software updates. Every crash forces a system upgrade. Unless you just keep hitting remind me later. So yeah, life will glitch. Just don't forget, you're the programmer, not the product. Personal secret. You want to know the real reason I don't burn out anymore? I stopped creating for the algorithm and started creating for me. I know, shocking, right? But once I gave myself permission to make content I actually enjoy without obsessing over views, everything changed. The creativity came back, the pressure dropped, and ironically, the performance got better. Here's the truth. Your passion will suffocate if you treat it like a paycheck. But if you protect it like a relationship, it'll grow even when the numbers dip. So make you your first audience. Because if you're not proud of it when nobody's watching, you won't survive when everybody is. So if you've been running on empty, hear this. Your worth is not tied to your output. Your success doesn't require suffering. And your best work will never come from your most exhausted self. If this hit you in the gut, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're building something real, not just something that trends. And tell me in the comments, what boundary are you setting this week to protect your peace? Let's make burnout the villain, not the badge of honor. Catch you in the next one, hopefully after a nap.